What's up, guys? All right, so we'll start on GU for today. Not seeing a lot with GU at the moment that I really like. Price may end up actually selling from here. It's got really good divergence with the EU to actually respect this point. I do have it as a retest of that more external break, but it did, mitigate obviously some of this area here. I believe it's like a 2 hour point or a 4 hour point that sits somewhere in there. It's mitigated an area. It has induced a little bit up inside of here with that little push high. Did obviously lead to a break and generated a lot of liquidity along here on that pullback. So can definitely sell from there. And it's yeah, obviously got a lot of momentum behind it here at the moment as well. Massive internal ranges. So we've got that as our new internal leg. Nothing we can do about it, just is what it is. We are mitigating this area, which of course did lead to that break. So it may sell from where it is, but understanding as well that this area here is also the extreme of that leg. So, expecting some sort of a reaction at least from here. Got a lot of imbalance still up inside of here to be able to fill. But yeah, very against momentum. Not a lot we can do with it. Yeah, so if GU is kind of no, not necessarily untradeable, but there's just nothing here that I really like at the moment for GU. It may end up using this area here as a smart money trap, and this might be enough of an inducement to the downside. Don't love just taking a trade off the sweep of Asia low. However, so yeah, GU is kind of just going to be, I'm going to leave it for today, and focus on the other pairs. Now, EU. EU's still been just sitting inside of this range for ages now, really. It's just moving sideways inside of it. Nothing we can do. Reacting out of a decision, also very, very valid to sell. But yeah, just in a bit of an interesting spot with what price is doing at the moment. This supply area here failed to break even an internal low. So it's, unlikely to hold. We are coming out of a really good decisional area here as well of the 4 hour break. So it makes sense to get a bit of a reaction from there. We're just, yeah, in a bit of an interesting spot. We're at a point of indecision, but what we do have on EU, if we can understand the bullish read, so we've got inducement low, break high, inducement low, break high, inducement low, internal inducement, mitigation, break, inducement, break, potential smart money trap going against this internal structure cycle. This area here shouldn't hold, and this area here is unlikely to hold as well. So what I'm looking for on EU is if we can come down, induce this area, which is about that 50% of Asia, internal retest of our internal price action. Happy to look to take a trade up there, targeting the liquidity built up across here, and obviously as well the liquidity that's been generated across the top here too. So options, options, options. In terms of sells, I don't really want to sell it. It would be valid to look at the inducement of that, but it's not really holding much in the way of weight. Um, yeah, the only thing that you've got is break of structure, inducement, break, retest, potential build up. So, you can look at it from that perspective, but really we're sitting inside of this leg. So all of that's relevant until you get to here as part of the complex pullback. And now we've completed that structure cycle. So yeah, I don't really want to sell it. You could sell it from up here, the previous day high, but you'd be better off almost just waiting for that high to be swept. So yeah, I don't like a whole lot for sells at all, really. I believe it makes more sense to buy through this area. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, really just looking for buyers off the inducement of that low. AU, same story. We did come down and sweep that retest that I was looking at yesterday. Now just got that follow through. So given that we've taken this retest now, that should allow this point to play out as a smart money trap, and we should be able to drive through it. I'd like to buy through it. The only thing we've got to work with though is again this little piece of structure about that 50% of Asia, which is a supply to demand area. So if we can come down and induce that, I'm then happy to buy from there. That's all I've got though. I can't do anything else with it. I don't want to buy it directly where it is. I need to get some sort of an inducement to be able to confirm this area as a smart money trap, and that is just not going to cut it for me. at all. I need to induce something significant, something that actually holds weight, and yeah, that just doesn't. That just doesn't. Sweet. There is red folder news later tonight as well. Yeah, 11 o'clock Queensland time. So what's that? Second hour of New York. Sorry, first hour of New York. But yeah, we'll see what it wants to do in terms of sells on AU. I don't want to sell it. It's too against momentum. Um, don't want to sell it from out of here because it's already confirmed. I don't want to sell it from here because I'm kind of selling it just at a new high. So yeah, just gonna be looking for buyers and buyers only, and that's about it.